Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly say that the testimony you may give and the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. May I please have you state your first and last name and spell for the record?
Nicole McKenzie, Nichole, McKenzie.
Perfect, thank you. You may take a seat. Please watch your step.
All right, go ahead, Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you all for coming back. Good afternoon, Dr. McKenzie. Thank you for coming here today. Are you under subpoena to be here today?
Yes.
And you were served a subpoena from both sides?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing the person on my right, Emani Ellis, in your office, medical office?
Yes.
Do you remember why she came in?
For a workers' comp injury.
And just if you just tell us a little bit about your education and background, please.
What exactly is it you would like to know?
Yes. You're a psychologist, correct?
Yes.
You deal with emotional injuries.
Yes.
What else do you deal with as a psychologist?
Primarily emotional injury.
Do you ever deal with physical injuries?
No.
If a patient were to tell you about their physical injuries, is that something that you would want to know for the reason of coming up with a diagnosis, or is that just something general that you may or may not want to know?
Objection. Compound. Subpoena.
I'm free to answer?
No. You,
Oh, okay.
So when the judge will say sustained, then you will not answer.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. All right. Approximately how long after? Do you remember the date of when you saw Miss Ellis?
Not the exact date. I believe it was 2018 just because of the year listed either on the subpoena, but it's been a while.
Okay, there's a notebook in front of you, the one on your right. If you could open it to Exhibit 4, it will just show you your own medical records to ask you if they are your medical records.
You said 4?
I'm sorry, number 2, I apologize.
Yes.
And if you look at the bottom right corner, in our exhibit book 2-001 through 2-023, all those pages, if you have a moment just to quickly look through and just confirm that those are in fact your medical records, correct? And you can take your time if you need to.
Objection. Maybe this is to refer medical records.
Yes.
He's just asking me to look at the records right now.
Yes.
At the time of the incident, did Miss Ellis advise you she was making $13.50 an hour?
Yes, according to the report.
Okay. Is that something relevant? I mean, why would you put that in the report? Does it have to do with the lost wages, or why would that be in the report?
Objection. Compound. Foundation.
Like I said, it's been a while, and so from what I can remember, that information is usually included in all reports for clients who come in for workers' comp injuries.
And at that time, in 2018, you worked for Management Inc.?
Yes.
And what is Management Inc.?
It is a psychological corporation that typically provides psychological treatment and evaluations for people who sustain industrial injuries.
Have you always maintained a license of PsyD, or was it PhD at one point? Did it change, or it's always been the PsyD?
It's always been studied.
So you never went into like family, LA MFT, or you don't have any of the other licenses? You went straight for this?
Yes.
And how long does it take to get this license after undergraduate degree?
After undergraduate degree?
Yes.
Roughly 6 years.
So in order to become a psychologist after high school, you spent approximately 10 years, is that fair?
Yes.
And what is the distinction between a PsyD and a PhD? Is there a difference?
The main difference that I can report is PsyDs are more clinically focused on psychological treatment, versus PhDs can also provide clinical treatment, but they can also focus more on research.
Okay. And before today, it's probably been several years before you looked at your medical file, correct?
Yes.
And that's because you no longer work at Management Inc., you opened your own practice or work for a different practice, correct?
I work for a different employer.
And when you worked for Management, you were an employee for them?
Yes.
Now, if you look at the first page of your report, date of injury, it says 2/24/18. Do you know if that's accurate?
Objection, Black's Foundation, false statement.
Sustained. That's also there.
I'll represent to you that the date of incident is February 24th, 2018. That's the date of the injury. And that's the date it says in your report, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then it says the date of your examination, April 26, 2018. Do you know if that date is accurate?
I believe so.
All right, and then if you go to Exhibit 2-5, the fifth page, there's another report which has a different exam date. Do you see that?
Yes.
And that was August 10th of 2018, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Without going into the expert reasons or the psychological reasons or anything like that, I just want to understand, you asked the patient to come back a second time, correct?
They were asked to come back several times after the first visit.
Okay. And if there was nothing wrong with them, would they come back for a second visit, if you know? Do you know?
Black's Foundation, false speculation.
Sustained.
When you see a patient, not this patient, one time for the first time, and there's nothing wrong with them, would you see them a second time, or you usually say, I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with you, goodbye?
Objection, compound, Black's Foundation, false speculation.
You can answer.
I would see them a second time.
And if you go back to the page 1, which is 2-001, in the first paragraph, you go through a job description of what the patient came to see you for. You basically have a job description of what your patient was doing at the time of the incident, correct?
Objection date.
Yes.
Okay. And what was her job title from what you see? What would it be?
Security guard.
And you did a comprehensive psychological evaluation of Emani Ellis, correct?
Objection, outside the scope of her designation. Wasn't designated.
Yes.
How long did you spend with her on that day, if you know?
For the preliminary evaluation or the psychological evaluation?
The whole thing combined on February 26th of 2018. You may not have an exact time frame, but I want to know that based on your experience for this type of care, how many minutes did you spend with Emani Ellis on that day?
I cannot recall.
Was it more than an hour?
It may have been.
In general, when you see the patients to go over their emotional injuries, how long do you usually spend with them? Is it usually an hour, 30 minutes? I mean, there is a minimum, right?
Right. On the initial visit, typically an hour to an hour and a half.
Okay. And then on page 2-002 on that exhibit, towards the bottom, you, in quotes, have some profanities that are in your report. Is there a reason why you would write profanities in your report?
Just to capture the client's report in their own words.
And the patient told you that the celebrity made the profanities?
Objection, hearsay.
According to the report, yes.
And the profanities were F you fat ass, sorry to say it, bitch. That's why you do security. That's why I'm going to get you fired. That's why I'm rich and you're poor. That's what you wrote there, correct? In quotes.
Yes.
Do you have a dictation machine where you record them saying these words?
I write it down, and there are times when I did use a dictation machine.
When the patient was telling you this information, did you use that information in your diagnosis and treatment of the patient?
Objection, outside the scope.
This statement,
Yes.
I can't say that I did.
Why is it important to write down these profanities in your report for a psychologist? Why did you feel it was important to put that in your report? Why?
With regards to workers' comp injuries, we try to document clients' statements using their own words.
Right. Are you aware that in workers' compensation, the applicant is held to the laws of perjury and must be honest and truthful in their reports of injuries. Is that your understanding as a doctor?
Yes.
And at the end of a lot of these reports, you yourself will declare under penalty of perjury that everything is accurate. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, if we go to 2-004 at the end of your report, you do in fact write that and you sign that. Is that your signature there?
Yes.
Okay. And it says, I further declare under penalty of perjury that I have not violated the provisions of California Labor Code Section 139.3, 139.31, operative January 1st of 94 with regard to this evaluation of this patient on the preparation of this report. Why is this paragraph always written in these reports?
Objection, last
Do you know?
Just to make a statement that the information we gather is true to our knowledge.
Do you ever or have you ever treated a patient on a lien basis?
I want to say yes. The majority of clients that come in for workers' comp injuries, I believe they're treated on a lien basis.
Okay. So what that means is you see the patients, you submit a bill, and then you wait to get paid at a later time, correct?
The corporation would submit a bill and wait to get paid at a later time.
And sometimes they're denied, correct?
Correct.
Do you know if yours was granted or denied?
I cannot recall.
Now, I really want to understand one thing. As a psychologist, if I came to you and I said, I broke my middle finger, I injured my left shoulder, I broke my knee, I broke my back, I fell on the ground and I hit my head and I've got a big bruise on my head and I have psychological issues. Would you really be focusing on the physical or would you be more focused on the psychological?
I would focus on the psychological injuries that were a result of the physical injuries.
So it would be nice to know those details, but you probably wouldn't write verbatim, word for word, the physical injuries, correct?
My focus would be the psychological injuries.
So if there were physical injuries here, for example, if there was a scar, a scratch, or something physical, and it's not perfectly mentioned here, does that mean it didn't occur?
I don't know how to answer that question. Usually, from what I can recall, if it's documented in one of the intake forms, I will address it or mention it, but I can't recall whether it was or was not.
Are you aware that in this case, the defense has designated a Dr. James Rosenberg as a psychiatrist in this case? Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay. Are you aware that Dr. Rosenberg will not be testifying about any physical injury?
Objection, Your Honor.
If the patient that you see does tell you about their physical injuries, and you do want to know about it and put it in your report, or would you then come up with a diagnosis as to the physical injury or not?
No.
You don't treat any physical injuries, correct?
No.
If Emani Ellis came to you that day on February 24th, 2018 with a cut in her face, would you do anything to treat the cut?
No.
What would you tell her? You tell her to leave and go to the hospital or go to a medical doctor, correct?
If a patient comes and they have a physical injury, typically they are referred to a physical doctor to address those injuries.
Aside from the cut to Miss Emani Ellis's face, did Miss Emani Ellis complain about any other physical injury to you?
Objection, argumentative, contrary to the evidence.
I can only report on the physical symptoms that were included in the report, and that states headaches and trouble sleeping.
But how about physical injury to the body, like her face, her neck, her back? Was there anything physical that was really documented by you as a psychologist?
I would have to read through the report, but I cannot recall.
And what is MMPI? What does that mean?
That's a psychological test.
And you did that test for this patient?
She completed the test, and it was interpreted.
And what does it entail to do the MMPI test? What does the patient have to do?
It is a questionnaire. I cannot recall if it's 500 and something odd questions, true and false, that ask about various symptoms.
And you did the test, you had her do the test in your office?
I believe she completed the test, and it was stored in the office and interpreted.
Okay. And you were paid for that test? You billed for that test, correct?
I believe so.
And after that test, on Exhibit 2-017, if you can look at that page, date of exam, November 26, 2018. Do you see that?
Yes.
So after you did the test, you then decided to do a psychological reevaluation, correct?
Yes.
And on page 2 of that report, which is Exhibit 2-018, you have some diagnoses that you've written in your report.
Yes.
And you again declare under penalty of perjury that all of this is accurate, and that's your signature on Exhibit 2-19?
Yes.
And if you look at Exhibit 2-20, your office billed $600 for treatment on that date, April 26, 2018, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know if you were paid for that or not?
I do not.
And then if you look at the following page, Exhibit 2-21, there's some additional dates which I want to go over with you. August 10th of 2018, you billed $300 for treatment, is that correct?
You said August 10th,
August 10th of 2018.
2018. There's several.
Yeah, the first two, 150 and 150, correct?
Yes,
So that's the second time she came to you, correct?
I believe so.
As far as the records say.
Yes.
And then on May 18th of 2018, again, $150 for individual psychotherapy, correct?
Excuse me, for actually relevance to all this, given that
It's okay.
Yes.
In looking at your bill, which would be Exhibit 2-20, 2-21, and 2-22, I count approximately 7 different dates of service that you treated this patient. Is that accurate? Did you see her 7 times?
Sorry, give me a second.
yes, relevant, yeah. Foundation of also relevant.
And overall.
Is that true?
I can't say whether I saw her 7 different times.
Okay.
Typically, when clients were seen at the corporation, I would see them initially. They would then be referred to a psychological assistant for treatment. And then I would see them several times after, just to sort of check in and do the evaluations on their progress.
Okay, I understand. How about this then? Ms. Emani Ellis, according to this bill, came to Managed Med Inc. on 7 different occasions, 7 different dates between April 26, 2018 and January 15th of 2019. Just the number of visits. You agree with that, doctor?
According to this bill, yes.
And if my math serves me correct, the combined billing that your office billed Ms. Ellis, or Ms. Ellis's work comp, was $5,087. Is that correct? If you were to add $600, $3,787. Actually, it's there for you on the last page. 2-23, total lien. You see the total lien?
Yes,
Okay.
$5,087.
And so then, in fact, you did treat her on a lien basis, correct?
Correct.
And then you do that all the time then, when you work for Managed Med?
Yes.
It's a routine procedure?
Yes.
Nothing improper to do that, right?
No.
Objection.
Sustained.
Okay. Are you familiar with CPT codes?
Billing codes?
Yes.
Not that familiar.
You have to know them for your practice?
I don't, because I don't bill.
Is it reasonable for a psychologist to charge $600 for 2 hours of psychological treatment?
Objection.
Sustained.
It depends.
It's the objection sustained.
And the MMPI exam that Ms. Ellis did, do you know approximately how many hours it took her to complete the 500 questions?
Gotcha, nice.
Over.
I don't know how long it took her. Typically, it will take the clients several hours to complete them, depending on the reading level.
Okay. You think it would be less than or more than 4 hours?
It might be less than 4 hours.
Okay, and then if I can go to Exhibit 2-13. In the discussion, it says that she was referred for psychological evaluation. Who referred her to you, do you know? Sorry, 2-013 in the right-hand corner. And it's right under discussion in the second paragraph. Oh, sorry, first paragraph, in the middle of the page. Do you see that there?
213, the middle of the page.
Yeah, Miss Emani Ellis was referred for psychological evaluation. Does that mean she's referred to you, or you're referring her to somebody else?
She was referred to the clinic.
Do you know how she was referred to the clinic?
Most clients are referred through their attorney.
And that's the workers' compensation attorney?
Yes.
Do you know who that attorney would be? It's not me.
According to the report, it's the employee legal advocates.
And then in the next paragraph, it talks about the fact that she was conducting regular patrols at the building, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that she came into contact with a female music celebrity. Are you familiar? I wasn't asking a question yet. The question is this: are you familiar with actress or celebrity, musician, rapper, Cardi B?
Yes.
You know her?
Yes.
How do you know her?
Through television.
Do you respect her work?
Objection, no.
Sustained.
Are you a fan of Cardi B?
Objection, no.
Sustained.
Do you have any bias to testify in favor of the plaintiff or the defendant in this case?
No.
No? You either way, you're just here to tell the truth, correct?
Correct.
And further on, it talks about, well, let me ask you this. Why was it so important to document all of these details? Why are you documenting all of these details about the telephone and her listening to her voicemails? Is there a reason why it was there?
There's no particular reason. Usually, it's just to capture the incident in the client's own words. And so we try to obtain as much detail as we can for the attorneys and those involved in the case.
Okay, and isn't it true that in your report you document that Emani Ellis was holding her cell phone, reportedly listening to her voicemails?
Objection, this request is document.
Sustained. So, counsel, to the extent that there's hearsay statements that are offered for treatment, that's one thing. This doesn't relate to treatment, so your questions are going to, I'm going to start sustaining the court's own hearsay objections regarding anything that doesn't have to do with medical treatment.
Thank you very much. The next sentence, I want to ask you if it has to do with treatment. Ms. Ellis reports that the person responded by saying, in quotes, "Don't be telling people you effing see me." Is that something that you use for medical treatment and diagnosis of your patients?
Objection, here's next.
Overall.
What page is that?
That's on the same page, it's just the next sentence. Sentence number 4 and 5, on the second paragraph under discussion. You see where it says Miss Ellison reports? Miss Ellis reports.
And what was your question again?
So the question is, when you wrote in quotes, "Don't be telling people you effing see me," did you use that sentence in your diagnosis and treatment of Miss Ellis?
No.
Why did you put that there?
Just capturing the client's incident according to her report.
Right, and did you put these statements, the other quote and this quote, in your report to measure the extent of the psychological damage?
No.
And then you say after that the individual then proceeded to put her finger in the applicant's face, almost touching her nose. Did you use that sentence for treatment of this patient?
No.
But why are all of these statements in your report?
Again, just capturing the client's report of incident.
And when you say capturing, did you record it, or is it something that you heard and then later on went and made your report?
Are you asking if I wrote them in my own words or the information was captured from
I
me?
mean, I guess time passes. So, for example, if your patient comes in and gives you the history of what happened to them, and you're not recording them, and you're not typing it out right there and then, things could be lost in time. Details. Some of them are, some of them are not. So the question is, are you taking down the history in real live time, like that camera with a 30-minute delay, or is it something where you hear the history, maybe you take down some notes, and you come back a month later and write your report?
In real life time, the camera with the 30 minutes.
What's that?
Then in real life time, like the camera.
You do it that way?
Yes.
You had her on video?
Not on video, but either it was used, I used a dictation machine or I wrote it down myself.
Okay. So if you write it down yourself, do you write down every single word in this report?
Yes, if I'm capturing quotes.
How about when you're not capturing quotes? Meaning some of the sentences in here are in quotes and some are not. So do you agree that the ones in quotes are verbatim what she said? That's fair?
Yes,
And the ones that are not in quotes are not verbatim, correct?
correct.
And how long after you see the patient do you make the report? How long does it take to generate this report?
Right after they leave the office or leave my office.
Okay, but isn't it true that sometimes you'll see a patient and maybe a week, a few weeks, a month will go by before you prepare these long 4-page and 10-page reports? Isn't that true? Because they do take a lot of time to prepare, don't they?
Objection, leading argument.
Sustained.
Your second report on August 10, 2018, it's 12 pages long. Who prepared this report? You have somebody outside, like a
Transcriber?
transcriber, do it?
Yes.
Okay. And between you and the dictation and the transcriber, isn't it true that sometimes the details could be lost, meaning there could be errors in the report? That's a possibility, correct?
Objection, calls for speculation.
Overruled.
It could be a possibility.
And you've had that in your practice. Isn't it true? In your practice, you've had that where there were mistakes and you had to correct them. For example, you make an amended report. Isn't that true? Sometimes you have to do that?
After the report is transcribed,
Yes.
it is reviewed for corrections.
And have you ever done an amended report?
Yes.
If the details of the injury, for example, as I explained you the story about me breaking my finger in my left shoulder and my left knee and my back, if that is not perfect, would you catch that to correct a report? Or is that something that's really physical that even if there's a mistake with that piece, you're not going to go back and correct it because your sole goal is to treat her for psychological treatment, correct?
Yeah, objection, argument, lack of foundation.
Sustained.
Have you ever gone back and corrected a report when there was an error about physical injury? Do you ever remember doing that?
Cannot recall.
But you've done it for psychological injuries, correct?
Objection, defeatless.
Overruled.
I've done it for all that's included in the report, whether that's emotional symptoms, physical symptoms, or the general testing results.
Sorry, you asked the next one?
Or the testing results.
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure.
And just so we're clear, Miss Emani Ellis came to you for psychological injuries
Yes.
only.
Objection, mischaracterizes the evidence and also lacks foundation.
Overruled.
Hearsay.
Yes.
And that does not include physical injury, correct?
She was seen for psychological injury.
So if she also broke her teeth, would that be important for your psychological treatment of the patient?
Not for the treatment.
So when someone has a physical injury, do you refer them out to a medical doctor if they don't have one?
If they don't have one, we refer them back to their attorney.
So the attorney is the one that refers them out.
Correct.
Are you aware that Miss Ellis saw a plastic surgeon, Dr. Scher, in 2018,
Objection, lack.
somewhere around the time when she saw you?
Sustained.
Did you review any medical records from a Dr. John Scher in this case?
I cannot recall.
Did you review any medical records from Dr. Avila for any psychological treatment in this case?
Objection,
Why don't you just ask her what record she did review?
What records did you review? Do you remember?
I do not.
And you don't have your medical file with you because you no longer work for that company, correct?
Correct.
And you have no way to get those medical records, correct?
Correct.
Why didn't you reach out to Manage Med Inc. to get your medical records? for this patient when you knew you had to testify here?
Objection, last foundation.
Is there a reason why you never got the medical records from Management Inc.?
Objection.
Sustained. I don't think that's an issue in this trial, counsel.
All right, I just want to ask you what you did review, because I have the record. If you can look in your exhibit book, 1-004. You have that?
I do.
Have you ever seen that document before?
No.
Your Honor. Objection.
You're going to go through all the medical records? She
There's
doesn't
only a
re-
few. There's only 3, Your Honor. Just 3.
Ma'am, do you remember reviewing any medical records?
I do not.
Okay, she doesn't remember reviewing any medical records.
Your Honor, I was going to see if I could refresh your recollection with you. Just one more, if I may.
Your Honor, we object. This is a table that counsel prepared. It's not an exhibit.
I'll withdraw this question. I'll go to the next one, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. If you could go to Exhibit 3. Did you review any medical, sorry, I'll withdraw that. Did you review any psychological records from Premier Forensic Psychology from Dr. Alex Avila?
Objection, Your Honor. Motion with the name. And the ruling on motion with the name. Relevant lack of foundation.
Sustained.
Did you review any records from, well, straight then. Let's have you go to Exhibit 4. Do you see that?
Yes.
Did you review any of these records from plastic surgeon Brett Mulliken?
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation.
Overruled.
I do not recall.
Okay, and if you look at the HPI, which is the history,
We're not going to read from a document,
I
counsel.
will not read from the document. I just wanted the doctor to read the paragraph. If you read those 4 lines, does that help you refresh your recollection about anything Emani Ellis told you when she saw you in 2018 and 2019?
For the history of incident.
Yeah, don't read from the document, just read it to yourself. And if you just answer my question, in reading these 4 lines, does that help refresh your recollection about anything Emani Ellis told you when you did treat her in 2018 and 2019?
Yes.
And why does it refresh your recollection? Without reading from the document. What did it do for you now, here, right now?
Well, it lists the date of injury, which was in the previous report I reviewed.
Okay. Anything else?
Just one of the details.
Okay. Without
and-
reading from the report, what detail?
I think I recall something about fingernails.
What about fingernails?
Your Honor.
Sustained.
Okay. And then finally, I just ask you this question. I just want to know about the billing. Do you have any way to know if the bill of $5,087 was ever paid by anyone?
I do not.
Okay, no further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Afternoon.
Okay, so I'm going to try to not overlap with counsel's questions, but I do have questions about some of the exhibits that he showed you. And first of all, just to be clear, you saw the plaintiff in April of 2018 because she had made a workers' compensation claim, correct?
Objection, this states the testimony of the witness.
Overruled.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, I'm going to make it easier, I'm going to use our exhibits. And I should also say, counsel was right, we subpoenaed you too. We appreciate you showing up. The court has authorized us to ask our questions of you so that you don't have to come back a second day. Thank the court. I agree though, but thank the court, so I'll take it too. So I have some of the same documents, but with the different exhibit numbers, and we can display them. And the first one is, I would ask, counsel, we're going to use exhibit 206, which is the equivalent to a portion of the exhibit you were showing her. Is there a way to make that a little bit more visible to people?
Your Honor, I would object to showing the document because she doesn't have her medical file, and it's a hearsay document that was prepared by Management Inc., and I was not provided the opportunity to show it to her.
I don't remember you asking, but do you object to it being published?
Yes.
Based on hearsay ground?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I'm sorry, based on,
Hearsay ground?
it's the, what I'm
Can you
looking,
take it off the Almanzar? That's not allowed.
what I'm going to focus
Why
on.
don't you take the document down for now?
He's doing that now. What I'm going to focus on are her recording of plaintiff's own statements, which are, of course, plaintiff party admissions.
Your Honor, I wasn't.
He's already questioned her on the same
Okay,
document.
so, okay, we're not going to argue it back and forth. You can ask her questions if you want to put the document in front of her and ask her questions about it. That's fine, but we're not going to publish it at this point in time.
Okay. If you could look in the blue book for Exhibit 206, it should be tabbed probably towards the end. You found it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Do you recognize this as the same document counsel was showing you?
Yes.
And it is also the preliminary psychological evaluation done on April 26, 2018.
Yes.
And let's look a little bit closer at the second page that he asked you questions about. Could you read out loud the bold caption on that page?
History of the incident as reported by the patient.
And so everything that is recorded there is what the plaintiff told you in April of 2018, correct?
Correct.
And let's look a little bit closer at the verification at the end. So if we go to page, the fourth page, and there's a caption disclosure statement, correct?
Yes.
And can you read out loud the last sentence of the first paragraph?
As to that information, that sentence?
Yes, thank you.
As to that information, I declare under penalty or perjury that the information accurately describes the information provided to me, and accept as noted herein that I believe it to be true.
And is it correct that what you verified under perjury was that you had correctly recorded what the plaintiff told you?
Correct.
Okay. Did you at any point, anywhere in this document, in this verification page or otherwise, verify that what she was telling you was true?
No.
Okay. Now, if we go back to the second page, the first paragraph after history of the incident as reported by the patient, could you read the first three words?
Your Honor, I would object because she's not an expert and also hearsay.
I'm not sure. It's first three words of what?
Of Exhibit 206, where she confirms that she is, the statements that counsel read are the statements of, thank you.
The applicant reports.
Right. And third paragraph, the first three words.
Miss Ellis reports.
And could you read the last sentence of that after Miss Ellis reports?
Yeah, objection, he's only picking and choosing words that he likes. You should read the whole thing as a whole.
That's the, please open the speaking objections.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh.
Objection for completeness.
Is overruled, maybe?
What paragraph again?
Yeah, the paragraph that begins Miss Ellis reports, I'm only asking you to read the last sentence, full sentence, complete. Don't leave anything out.
Her nails were really long, almost touching the applicant's nose.
Right. Is there, let's go to the second.
Your Honor, for purposes of completeness, I would ask.
You can do it, address it on redirect.
Let's go to the third page. Can you read the first full heading in bold on the third page?
Associated physical symptoms.
Right. Is there any mention, well, first of all, is this a portion of the report where you record any physical symptoms that plaintiff reported?
Yes.
And even though this is a psychological report, you in fact, as a matter of practice and in this document, documented any, would have mentioned any physical symptoms that she had, correct?
Objection calls for expert opinion.
Over.
Correct.
Anywhere in that, well, actually, could you read for the jury, please, the complete associated physical symptoms that plaintiff reported to you 2 months after the alleged incident?
Objection, I would ask the counsel can read, but not the witness.
Over.
Miss Ellis reports that she experiences headaches at least 4 to 5 times a week that last several hours. She is also sleeping more than she used to.
That's it. No mention of a scar?
Not in this statement.
No mention of any physical injury?
Not in this report.
And you took down this information that's in this report as plaintiff provided it to you, as you put it, at the time that she said it, correct?
Correct.
And you verified at the end, under penalty of perjury, that you had correctly recorded what she said, correct?
Correct.
if you look at the page 2 of this exhibit, 206, and let's go to the fourth paragraph. Do you see the language, it turned into a screaming match?
Same objection, Your Honor. He's
Overruled.
Correct.
And that's in quotes, isn't it?
Yes.
And that is what the plaintiff told you, right? She didn't mention any physical symptoms. She just said it turned into a screaming match. Is that correct?
According to the report.
Do you have any reason to doubt that the report is correct or inaccurate?
No.
And in fact, you verified at the time under penalty of perjury that it was correct.
According to what the applicant reported.
Right. And I apologize. That's an important distinction. That it correctly reported what plaintiff said, right?
Correct.
You were not verifying that she was telling the truth, were you?
No, we typically do not verify unless provided with other reports.
Okay, if I could ask you to go to Exhibit 207, which is the other document that counsel showed you. Do you see it?
Yes.
And do you recognize it? And feel free to thumb through it if you like, as the other portion of his exhibit that he showed you.
Correct.
And that is a initial comprehensive psychological evaluation with associated psychodiagnostic testing. Is that what the label is?
Yes.
And that examination was done on August 10th of 2018.
Yes.
So what, 4 or 5 months later?
Correct.
And if you look at the second page, it's got another history of the incident as reported in preliminary evaluations. You see that?
Correct.
That's the heading?
Yes.
And that's as reported by plaintiff in August of 2018?
Not on August of 2018. It's usually the information that was captured in the preliminaries.
Okay, got it. And that also, in the third paragraph, states that Ms. Ellis reports that the celebrity's nails were really long, almost touching the applicant's nose. You see that?
Yes.
And then on the next page, associated physical symptoms, it still doesn't mention a scar or any physical symptoms, correct?
Correct. It's the same information from the previous report.
And you also, at page 12, verified under penalty of perjury that you had accurately set out what plaintiff told you, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's bear with me for just a second. You actually met with the plaintiff in 2018, correct?
Correct.
And you remember your deposition was taken in this action? You were deposed, you asked questions. I can give you the date if you like.
I was deposed. I just cannot recall the date.
Yeah, I don't either, it's here somewhere. But you did have your deposition taken, correct?
Yes.
And you testified at your deposition that if you had seen any scars or bruising on the plaintiff's face when you met her, you would have noted it, correct?
If that's what I stated. Correct.
That's what you said. Would you like to see your testimony?
Yes.
You would like to see it?
Yes.
Could we,
Your Honor, I would object to it because it's not here to.
What's your legal objection?
The purpose of using it is not to impeach the witness, it's simply to reinforce what she's already said. She's already agreed to it.
I'm sorry,
15.
may I say one quick thing? This is our case in chief.
Why don't you just ask her the same question now?
Okay, fine. Doctor, if Ms. Ellis had shown up for her examination and had a scar or scars or bruising on her face, would you have noted it in your report?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
If it was indicated on one of the intake forms.
I'm sorry?
If it was indicated on one of the intake forms.
If you saw her with bruises and a scar on her face, would you note it in the report?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I believe I would on the mental status.
Okay, thank you. Bear with me for a second. If we can turn please to Exhibit 222. What is Exhibit 222?
This is a back depression inventory.
I'm sorry.
A back depression inventory. It's a
And
Psychological test for emotional symptoms.
Right. And is this a form that is provided to the workers' compensation applicant for the applicant to circle the symptoms they claim?
Yes,
And is this the form that plaintiff filled out on April 26, 2018?
it looks so, yes.
Okay. And you identified it at your deposition as the form that she filled out, right?
Correct, I think.
And could you read the, at the end of the first column, 5, question 3, what did she circle there?
5, the guilty feelings.
3, line 3, the very last line. On the first page. So if you look under guilty feelings,
Correct.
and what did she circle?
I feel guilty all the time.
And if you can turn to Exhibit 225. Is this the same type of form?
Correct.
And is this the form that she filled out on January 15, 2019?
Correct.
And what did she circle about guilty feelings at that point?
I feel guilty over many things I have done or should have done.
Sorry, where was that?
I'm sorry?
Where are you reading? I couldn't find it.
Under guilty feelings, if I may be wrong.
Go ahead.
I don't know what exhibit you're on.
225.
Thank you.
Okay. Bear with you just a second, I want to make sure. Okay, thank you very much. I think that's all the questions I have for you.
All right, redirect.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you very much. Isn't it true that Emani Ellis came to see you for psychological injuries only?
Correct.
Black Foundation, Foster.
Overall.
You can answer.
Correct.
Did Miss Emani Ellis come to you for physical injuries?
She did not.
Did Miss Emani Ellis come to you for plastic surgery?
She did not.
Are you a plastic surgeon?
I am not.
Any reason for you to note that there was a scar there or was not there when you saw her in April of 2018?
I'm not sure how to answer that. Any reason for me to note it?
Yeah.
No particular reason.
And the question that counsel asked you about guilty is Exhibit 222, guilty feelings. I feel guilty all the time. Does that mean that she's guilty of something?
Objection. Black Foundation.
Sustained.
And then in 225, I feel guilty over many things I have done or should have done. What does that mean?
Objection. Hearsay. Black Foundation.
Sustained.
What is the purpose of guilty feelings? What is this all about? Why do you have this in here?
The overall measurement is to capture symptoms related to depression. And so it asks about different symptoms that would meet the criteria for depression, like sadness, loss of pleasure, guilty feelings.
Can someone have psychological problems and have guilty feelings at the same time?
Objection. Expert testimony.
Sustained.
Isn't it true that no matter which one of the four were circled, it wouldn't have mattered for the diagnosis of this patient, correct?
Sustained. We're going to stay with from expert testimony.
When you have number 5 here, guilty feelings, does that mean they're guilty of a crime or something? What does guilty feelings mean?
Objection.
Sustained.
Can you explain us what guilty is?
Counsel, you need to move on.
One question about this guilty issue. When you have this here that says guilty feelings, does it mean that Emani Ellis is guilty of the incident, or is it guilty feelings about psychological issues?
Objection.
Sustained.
Isn't it true that if a patient is coming to you for psychological injuries, they're not going to tell you about all of their physical injuries? For example, if she has a dental complaint, she's not going to tell you about her dental complaints, even if it's related to the incident.
Objection.
That's possible, correct?
Calls for speculation. Lack of foundation. Outside.
Overruled.
You can answer.
When the patients were referred for psychological treatment, they filled out a claim form. If the attorney on that claim form only put that we were to focus on the site, then that's what we focused on.
So it was the attorney, it was her attorney who decided what was going to be on the claim form. Is that your testimony?
I believe so.
And if the attorney put in physical complaints, do you think that an attorney would send that to you, or would an attorney send it to a medical doctor?
Objection.
If you know, if you.
False speculation, lack of vision.
Sustained.
Okay, and then I want to go back to what counsel was talking about in the report where you read from. Exhibit 206, do you remember that one? Exhibit 206, page 2 of 4. You see that, Doctor?
Yes.
So counsel asked you about paragraph 3, and he read you the last sentence, or you read it. Her nails were really long, almost touching the applicant's nose. Do you remember when he asked you about that sentence?
Yes.
Okay. The sentence before it, I want to focus on that for completeness. It states, the individual then proceeded to put her finger in applicant's face. You see that?
Yes.
Does that mean there was contact, or you're not sure?
Objection.
Do you know, I'll withdraw the question, do you know if that sentence, the one I just read you, has any connection with physical contact?
Objection.
Where you don't know?
Objection.
Overruled.
Do I know if the sentence you asked me to read has any indication of physical contact?
Yes.
Not that sentence.
Is there other sentences that do, that you can remember right now,
No.
from all these 23 pages?
No.
Okay. You didn't read all the 23 pages, did you?
I did not.
And you, as you sat there for the last hour, hour and a half, it would be impossible to do that. You'd want to spend at least an hour to review all pages, correct?
Your Honor, objection.
Sustained.
Is spitting on someone considered an assault and battery for your treatment of the
Sustained.
patient?
Move on, counsel.
And in the next sentence, it says, Miss Ellis states that she tried to explain that she was not speaking to anyone regarding seeing the celebrity, yet the individual then spat on her. Is there a reason why you wrote this in your report?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Just capturing the incident as reported.
And when the patient told you that she was spit on, did you believe her?
Objection.
Sustained.
Would you agree that spitting on a person is considered physical contact?
Objection.
Sustained.
And then if we can go to the 7th paragraph. Once in the lobby area, the celebrity's security guard approached. The applicant explained the situation, and the security guard reportedly apologized. Do you know why the security guard of the defendant apologized to Miss Emani Ellis?
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustained. Counsel, let's focus on what she knows.
Did Emani Ellis tell you, after me reading that sentence to you and you reading it for yourself, did Emani Ellis tell you that the security guard for the defendant apologized?
According to the report, yes.
Yes? Do you know what she apologized, I'm sorry, do you know why he had apologized?
Objection. False speculation. Lack of foundation.
Sustained.
No further questions, thank you.
All right, recross.
Yes, Your Honor. Briefly. Judge, Your Honor.
I get a pen.
What's that? New pen for juror number 5, please. We're gonna have to rewrite the budget for pens and paper.
May I proceed?
Please.
Dr. Counsel had, was referring to if he had shown up with a broken finger, a broken back, broken other body parts. Let me ask you, if a plaintiff had shown up with physical injuries,
Objection, Your Honor, this exceeds the scope of my.
Overruled.
if that plaintiff had shown up with scarring and bruises or broken back, even if she came for a psychological evaluation, would you have noted it?
If she reported it, yes.
Okay. And everything in the report, all the factual assertions, for example, page 2 of those 2 exhibits, those are what plaintiff told you, and you do not know whether in fact she was telling the truth, correct?
Objection, calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I did not receive any depositions or other supporting documents to counter what she was supporting.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I should separate that. First of all, everything that we've been talking about on page 2, that's just what plaintiff told you, right?
Correct.
And you don't know if that's true, right? I'm sorry,
I
you don't
don't.
know if what she told you is true.
Right, I don't know.
Okay,
I wasn't
that's
there.
all the questions I had.
All right.
Thank you.
Any questions from the jury? All right, Doctor, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. They're a little bit overlapping, but I'll go ahead and ask them. If a physical injury is not reported to you, is there any reason you would still take a note of it?
Do I just answer yes or no, or
You can
explain?
explain.
From what I recall, when individuals were referred for treatment, they were asked to fill out paperwork. On that paperwork, they were asked to document if they had physical injuries or physical pain symptoms. In those situations, I would review it and include those in the report.
So the court's going to ask us some follow-up. So when the patient is coming in, they provide their responses to questions relating to their history and physical, correct?
Correct.
And so they would note any physical symptoms, whether or not they related to the reason for their visit.
Correct.
All right. And that's all part of the form?
Correct.
Was it your practice that if the psychological trauma was caused by a physical injury, that you would note that on your chart?
Yes.
Do you recall actually seeing any marks on plaintiff's nose or cheek?
I do not recall.
All right. Any follow-ups from counsel regarding those questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
You earlier testified about the attorney filling out this form, and it's the attorney who actually puts on what the patient is coming to see you for, correct?
Objection is made ambiguous as to what form.
The form we just spoke about.
Overall.
Correct.
Do you have the form?
I do not.
Where is the form?
With the Psychological Corporation,
Right. So we really don't know what the form says at all, correct?
I do not.
So when the court asked you this question, you're not sure what relates to this case as a general response to the form as to any of the patients, correct?
Like I said, I cannot recall.
And the question about, we'll strike that. Just want to ask you, the form that you're talking about that's filled out by the attorney, do
The
you,
claim form is filled out by the
the
attorney.
claim form, this form that is at issue now, would an attorney ever put physical injury so that you would then treat the patient for physical injury, or every time you get the form, it's really psychological?
Objection.
I withdraw the question. I have no further questions.
All right, anyone from the defense?
Yes, Your Honor, just one. One of the questions, I believe you answered, that if a claimant comes in and a report of physical injury, that's included in whatever documents that the company generates, and you noted in your psychological report. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so can we conclude from the fact that there is no reference to scars or other physical injury in your preliminary report that when plaintiff first claimed, plaintiff or her counsel at the time, first claimed, made a workers' compensation claim, they did not report any physical injury?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I cannot recall.
Well, it's a matter of practice.
Well,
Objection
matter of
has to
practice.
If they had
Over.
claimed a physical injury, that would have been reported to you, and you would have included it in your preliminary report, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
Did we get the answer?
No.
I would have noted it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Your Honor,
much.
there's one follow-up I forgot to ask about.
Briefly.
Yeah, briefly. Thank you very much, Your Honor. There was a question the court asked you. If Emani Ellis came in 2 months after, so you saw her 2 months after, and you saw a 2-centimeter scar on her face, well, how do you know today if you really saw it or you didn't see it? Isn't it true that you don't know? It might have been there and it might have not been there. Is that fair?
Objection, argumentative, speculation.
All right, can this witness be released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, folks, why don't we take a break until 3:15? As usual, do not discuss the case with anyone, including the jurors. Don't.
Ma'am, may I please have you stand right next to the court reporter? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly say that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
My name is Beverly Hills.
May I please have you spell it?
The whole thing?
First last name is actually okay.
BELCHILMANZAR.
Great, thank you. You may take a seat, please. I'll watch your step.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming back. Good afternoon, Ms. Almanzar. Do you prefer I call you Ms. Almanzar, Cardi B, or it doesn't matter?
I mean, you can call me Cardi B.
You feeling better today?
Maybe.
And I'll need you to speak up, man.
Yeah.
Hard to hear you.
Yeah, a little better.
Your birthday is October 11, 1992.
Yes.
You're left-handed.
Yes.
Are you the firstborn child?
To my mom.
Did you take any medication, drugs, or alcohol that would affect your ability to testify?
No.
On the date of the incident, did you have black hair, blonde hair, or different color hair?
I quite don't remember. I do know I had a hoodie on.
Okay. Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Or are they both real?
They're wigs.
Over.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. It's a good week today then. Do you have any affiliation at this time with a gang?
Objection, Your Honor. Motion to eliminate that violates the motion to eliminate the order.
Sustain, counsel, you know that.
Your fingernails, can you show them to us for all of us to see? How long are those fingernails? Just your best estimate. How would you take a ruler to it? If you were to give your estimate, is that half an inch, 1 inch, 2
I
inches?
think less than, it has to be less than an inch.
And-
Way less than an inch.
Can you show them to us again? All right. Are they pointy?
These are not, to me, are not pointy. They're like circle, oval,
Okay. Are those your real nails or are they fake nails?
fake nails.
If I wanted you to change them to 3-inch nails,
Mhm.
how long would it take for you to do that right now?
Well, it really depends. Like these are like glued on, so they will be a little bit quicker. Sometimes I do acrylic, which could last me on for 2 weeks. I will literally have to take like 2 hours to melt them off if they're acrylically on.
On December 24th, 2018, do you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills?
December?
I'm sorry, February 24th of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can answer it with a yes or no.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Do you know Dr. Aziz Olai, who's in that building?
No.
Do you know Miss Parsi, who's in that building?
No.
Do you know Brianne Soraya, who's in that building?
No.
Who do you know in that building?
Well, at the time, I went to see Dr. Finke. I had an appointment with him that day. So that's who I went to see that day. Do I personally know him? No,
Okay. When you went to see him, were you seeing him as a friend or as a patient?
as a patient.
And when you went to see him, it was a Saturday, correct?
Yes.
And you filled out an intake form, and you signed some other documents that he would be your treating doctor, correct?
No, for that day, yes.
Yeah.
I don't live in LA,
I
so
understand. You came all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
Jersey and Atlanta.
I understand. So when you went to see Dr. Finke on February 24th of 2018,
Mhm.
when you went to see him, you went to see him as a patient,
Yes.
and you got medical treatment from him, whether it was for 1 minute or an hour or longer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How much time did
And
you?
you need to answer yes or no. man.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Thank you. Your Honor. How long did you spend with the doctor that day?
I'll say about 25 to 30 minutes. Around that time. Not that much.
And when you were there on that date with Dr. Finke,
Mhm.
uh, did he examine you?
Yes, he examined my baby for a little bit.
And what baby was that? What number?
Number 1.
Oh, that was the first child you ever had.
That's my first child, yes.
And you were 25 years old at the time.
Yes.
You're aware that plaintiff was the same age as you at the time?
No.
Sissy.
No.
Besides examination, what did Dr. Finke do for you? Objection?
Sissy. We're not here for her medical care.
Yes, Your Honor. Did you keep Dr. Finke's, well, it's right. Who referred you to Dr. Finke?
I asked somebody to find me like a very like upscale private doctor. So I was like, I need to go to the doctor's like tomorrow. Like I feel so weird. And they were like, we're gonna find somebody. And that's just how it goes.
When you were outside in the hallway, before you entered Dr. Finke's office, did you see this individual, Emani Ellis, in the hallway?
She was waiting for, she was right in front. As soon as the door of the elevator opened, she was waiting, I guess, for the elevator. She was going inside the elevator.
And you were coming outside of the elevator?
Yes.
Do you know approximately what time it was when this occurred?
About, I guess, like in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, around there. Yeah, 1 something.
Have you ever seen Dr. Finke either before or after February 24th of 2018?
No.
When you went to Dr. Finke's office, your security guard drove you there?
Yes.
And his name is Karan Newton?
He was my security guard. Yes.
Did you have more than one?
It depends, but he was just my main one, yes, at the time.
Did he go up with you to the medical appointment?
No, I didn't want him to know that I was going to a OBGYN.
You didn't want your security guard to know that?
No,
Why?
I don't. Well, first and first, I didn't want people to know that I was pregnant. Second, I was a little like, I don't want a guy that I work with to know I'm going to a vagina doctor.
Did you trust your security guard?
In certain ways, yes. In certain ways, no. I don't know. Sometimes you just really don't trust everybody in your business. You don't want everybody in your business.
Do you remember what floor you were on when you exited the elevator?
The 5th floor.
At any time did your security guard come into the building after learning about there being some kind of incident in the building?
He was waiting for me, like, not necessarily like inside. He was like waiting for me like by the exit, like by the door. Around there, yeah.
Like, do you remember the building?
Yes.
Do you remember
Well,
the-
I kind of remember, but I do know that he was waiting for me by the door.
And you're talking about the lobby area where you
Yes.
take the stairs up?
Mm-hmm.
So
The
he
lobby.
was inside the building or right outside?
I don't really recall, but he was like, maybe it wasn't the inside, it wasn't the outside, but he wasn't like in, like deep in. He was like waiting for me by the door. And the door, he had it open for me to come out.
All right. So would you consider that your security guard was with you at the time, whether it was upstairs, downstairs? In your mind, would you agree that your security guard was with you at the building? Is that fair? Was your security guard with you in the lobby of the building at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard on February 24, 2018?
In the lobby, yes, when I was exiting. When I was
But
exiting.
he was in the lobby with you,
In the
right?
lobby. I can't say he was with me because we was leaving. He never went upstairs, so.
Okay. Do you know if your security guard, Karan Newton, spoke with Miss Ellis at any time that day?
He did not tell me he spoke to her at all.
Do you know if he did?
He told me he didn't. So I'm
Did
gonna
you
go with
ask
his
him?
word. No, because I was like, I told him like what happened upstairs. He was like, damn, I should have went upstairs. But he never told me that he spoke or seen her, so I wouldn't know.
You came to this courthouse with another fine gentleman security guard, correct?
Yes.
Objection, relevance.
Sustained.
And when you go to different places with your security guard, if an incident occurs where you're threatened, or you're injured, or anything happens,
Yes.
aren't they supposed to come help you?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained. Why don't we move on?
You don't have to answer. When the incident occurred, did you call your security guard, or send him a text message, or do anything to let your security guard, who was with you, know that something happened where you wanted his help?
Objection, argumentative incident with.
Overruled.
I told him like, yo, you wouldn't even believe what just happened upstairs. He was like, what happened? And I practically told him like, I'll tell you later, like when I leave. I'm like, wait for me. But I told him like, wait for me downstairs, like by the door. And that's what I told him.
If you were in any danger, would you call your security guard, or would you call the police, or would you call both? Or do nothing?
I
Sustained.
Did you feel that you were in danger on February 24th, 2018, when you were upstairs on the 5th floor?
for like those 50 seconds, yeah. After I went to my appointment and like the argument just passed me, I didn't even mind it anymore. 'Cause
Did your attorney show you a photograph of Dr. Finke to refresh your recollection as to who the doctor was that you saw on that date?
yes,
And you had a different set of attorneys before, in 2022 and 2023. Did they do the same thing?
Objection, relevance.
no, they didn't.
So, do you know what's discovery?
Yes.
What are form interrogatories?
Oh, honey, I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatories?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions? You don't know, right? Is that fair? You don't know.
No,
You do know?
no.
Okay. And when your attorney responded to the written discovery on your behalf, did he or she show you the discovery responses? Did they email you a copy of it?
I mean, I will have to see what you're asking me.
I will show it to you. May I approach, Your Honor? You show her the discovery only? Sure. Thank you, Your Honor.
Could you have that, please?
Yes. I will show it to you. clarification purposes, it is form interrogatories, set 1 dated September 30th of 2022.
That's what it is.
That's what it is? Okay, just I'm going to show you this document. You can take a look at these pages. Did your attorney show you those documents at any time in your life?
I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. No. Well,
And I'm going to show you, with the court's permission, your responses, which were drafted and served on January 17th of 2023. May I approach, Ron? We'll show you these documents as well. We can take a look at those documents. Do you ever remember receiving these documents from anyone, whether it was your attorney, the attorney's paralegal, a family member, anybody? Did they ever show you these documents when they responded on your behalf?
this one I saw. This one I saw.
Okay, you saw that one?
Yeah.
Well, I want to go over it with you. On the one that you're on the right, if you can look at 12.1. You see the question, 12.1? It would be, I believe, on the 6th or 7th page. And it will ask if there are any witnesses to this incident.
Yeah. Well, can you
There's not a question pending.
point it to me?
I'm sorry? Show
Point
it
it
to
to
you.
me. Yeah. Sure.
Can I approach you on it? It's on page 5, under 12.1.
Mm-hmm.
Did your attorney ask you if there were any witnesses to this incident?
Yes.
All right, we're going to avoid attorney-client privilege conversation.
And all this, Your Honor, this is the discovery issue that is subject.
Not a discovery issue, Your Honor. I'm asking her questions about if there's any witnesses, and it's for impeachment purposes. Okay, and if you look at the response, there's a response there. In the 50-page document to your left. May I show it to her, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Sorry, can you identify by page and line? I'm not sure
Sure.
what it means by showing it.
I can show it to you first if you like.
I just, what do you,
I wanted her to talk about the response.
all right.
That's it. These are the questions. May I read the question when I go back to my seat?
It's your direct counsel.
Thank you. So first, I want to ask you if this is your signature on page 47. Is that your signature?
It could be because if it's like by electronic, that's how I sign. Like,
And the question that I showed you, 12.1, let's say, you want to read it or you want me to read it to you?
you can read it.
State the name, address, and telephone number of each individual who witnessed the incident. This is A, so paragraph A. Or the events occurring immediately before or after the incident.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the question is.
Yes.
As you sit here today, would you, is it your testimony that Dr. Finke is a witness to the incident?
Absolutely.
He is a witness.
Yes. She knows. She was there.
Is Dr. Finke outside speaking with you
Outside where?
on February 24, 2018?
Outside like,
In the hallway.
yes.
He came out of his office?
Yes.
And your response in 12.1, this is what you responded with your attorney's assistance. I won't hold you 100% at fault for it, but question,
Your Honor?
I withdraw, I apologize. The response is, responding party incorporates by reference the preliminary statement and general objections set forth above, subject to and without waiving the foregoing objections. Responding party responds as follows. Responding party may be contacted through defendant's counsel. Emani Ellis may be contacted through plaintiff's counsel. And then it says unknown staff / employees at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. Discovery is continuing. Were you at Cedars-Sinai Hospital or Cedars-Sinai Medical Center when this incident occurred?
No.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, Dr. Finke works also for Cedars-Sinai, but we wasn't for Cedars-Sinai.
Is there any reason why your attorney or your prior attorney discharged?
We're not.
And at the time when you saw Dr. Finke, you knew his name at that time, correct?
I didn't know his name. And for a while, when I was getting asked by lawyers like his name and like the receptionist's name, I didn't know it because I saw him one time. So I kind of like just forgot about him.
But when your attorney asked you for the name for purposes of trial, then you did remember the name.
I didn't remember the name. I told him there was 2 witnesses, the receptionist and the doctor. I told him it was a doctor. My doctor came out at the time, the guy that checked me, and the receptionist. She knows. She was there. He was there.
Who knows?
The plaintiff. She knows.
How do you know she knows?
Because that's who separated. That's who separated, got in between us while we was verbally arguing.
Who got in between?
The female receptionist, she came out first, and she started like telling her, like, "You're security, what are you doing?" And then that's when the doctor came out. He was like, "Go to my office." And that's when I just walked away, and that was the last of it.
Okay. And 12.1 question. 12.1 subparagraph D. State the name, address, and telephone number of each individual who you or anyone acting on your behalf claim has knowledge of the incident. You just testified that Karan Newton was downstairs in the lobby on the date of the incident. You also testified that you told him different things about the incident. What is the reason, this is the question, what is the reason you did not disclose Karan Newton's name in discovery?
Because he wasn't upstairs.
And wait for the objection. The objection.
Person that's here present to the testimony is compound, it's irrelevant to the merits of the case.
Listen.
In written discovery, were you asked to provide the name of your security guard?
Your Honor,
Yeah, but why don't we, I don't know what you're trying to impeach her on, because she hasn't testified to anything yet. You're saying it's impeachment, but you're not impeaching anything.
Did you respond to special interrogatory step 1 through your attorney?
Your Honor.
All right, the court's going to sustain its own 352 objection. Why don't you move on?
Do you consider Karan Newton to be a witness in this case? Objection?
No,
Sustained. No, I need you to move on. This case isn't about discovery. You might want to move on to what it is about.
Is Tierra Malcolm a witness to this case?
Counsel, please.
Do you know of who the witnesses are
All
today?
right, we're going to take a break, folks. Why don't we take a 10-minute break? We'll resume at 3:55. In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't form any opinions or do any research. Counsel, let's define what we mean as impeachment. Impeachment is she says something, and you've got evidence that she said something else.
Right.
She said, I didn't know anybody's name. I got sent there. I was seen for a short amount of time. I didn't remember what their names were.
Okay, so,
And now then you're saying, here's this document that says you don't know what their names were.
okay, so maybe
So-
I'm going about it the wrong way. That's
You,
fine.
you absolutely are. You're not listening to the court's direction when I'm asking you to move on.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing it intentionally.
It seems like you are.
I really am not. I understand the court's issues, but I want to explain if I may.
Go ahead.
So I was going to ask her if she believes that Karan Newton is a witness in this
He
case.
wasn't there. He was in the lobby.
Right, but 12.1 subsection D talks about witnesses that have knowledge about this case.
What knowledge does he have? He was in the lobby.
I was going to ask her. She spoke to him about it. That's what D is all
So,
about.
okay, so he was a hearsay witness, but she told him something.
Well, he's a witness.
Okay.
Also,
So
especially,
here's the other issue. You didn't depose her. If you wanted to ask these questions, you could have taken her deposition.
I understand the issue with that. But there is a special interrogatory number 15, which is on point, which
says?
asks a disclosure of the security guard.
Okay.
She didn't disclose his name, but she knows his name.
Okay.
So
So what are we going to do with that?
we're going to have the jury know that she didn't give the name of her security guard.
And what, so in order to be admissible, it has to be relevant. In order to be relevant, it has to be probative. Or, so it's got to be more likely to show, prove, or disprove a material fact in the case. None of this has anything to do with any material fact in the case.
Let me explain. Her testimony, Your Honor, is that Karan Newton doesn't know anything about this case.
She
However,
doesn't say that. She hasn't said that. She said he was in the lobby.
Even better. Plaintiff has testified that she has spoken with Karan Newton.
Okay.
It's in the medical records.
Okay.
He's a witness in some form or
So
fashion.
the appropriate means for you to do that is one, to file a motion to compel, or number two, seek evidentiary sanctions, which would have been handled pre-trial. But we're not going to have this witness testifying in trial in front of a jury about discovery issues.
That's fine. The issue is, if it asked her to provide the name of the security guard and she didn't disclose it, why is it not fair? These are under penalty.
Then you
of
file a
perjury.
motion to compel, or a motion for evidentiary sanctions. You did neither.
She testified in her discovery that she was alone. Today, she testified that she was with Karan Newton. I want to ask her about that.
You already did.
I didn't show her the discovery. She's on point on that issue, Your Honor.
You're going to impeach her with the document saying that she was alone when she was alone in the elevator and the incident happened. That's your impeachment?
My impeachment is she did not reveal that she was with the security guard in the lobby, didn't do anything to provide his information, when the other side,
Again, it's a discovery issue, so we're not going to go there.
Your Honor, the other side was able to impeach plaintiff
With what?
with this discovery. They went into it at
And she offered
nauseam.
inconsistent statements in discovery.
That's what's happening here too.
No, she hasn't said anything inconsistent. She said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew
In
Karan.
discovery, she said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew Karan Newton's information. We asked for the name of the security guard.
All right.
She made it appear to.
I'm going to ask you to move on. We're not going to get into further discovery issues.
May I just raise one point? I don't
Sure.
want the court to overlook. I want to point out this questioning started with a direct contemptuous violation of the order on the motion to eliminate, excluding any mention of gang affiliation, and that's the first question he asked.
Yeah, I don't expect that there's going to be anything further than that. I mean, you knew it was wrong when you said it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that there was a specific motion eliminating excluding?
The motion to eliminate, Your Honor, is prior bad acts.
Nope. You might want to look at your trial binder to see specifically what it says. All right? All right, we'll resume in 5 minutes. So you want to resume your questioning?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
The record in the Ellis matter, counsel parties are present, as are the members of our jury and our alternate. Ms. Almanzar is on the stand. Ma'am, you're reminded you're still under oath? Yes? All right. And counsel, you want to resume your questioning?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Aside from Karan Newton, was there anybody else who drove with you to the building on February 24th of 2018?
No.
So now I want to take you a little bit through the incident, bring you back in time. Do you agree that an incident occurred on February 24th, 2018?
It was a verbal incident. Verbal.
But it was an incident, correct?
Oh,
Okay.
I personally feel like if there's no physical touch, there is no incident. There was a verbal altercation. If you think that that's an incident, a verbal altercation, then it's an incident for you. But we both have different opinions. It's a verbal altercation. She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her the N-word?
No.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else?
My background?
Yes.
Well,
what's the objection?
Relevance.
Sustained.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Ma'am, you need to give your attorney a second to object. What's the objection?
Sorry. Relevant, Joe?
Sustained.
Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Emani Ellis?
No.
Did you try to take a swing at her?
No.
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
Yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
Like a fight, right?
It was like a verbal fight, but it didn't get physical at all.
When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation?
We having, I'll say, a debate.
And we're debating about whether you assaulted and battered Miss Emani Ellis, correct?
It's no, well, I guess so, but I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me, so
What proof do you have that you didn't touch her?
Objection, relevance, and also,
It's already been sustained.
Do you have any videos of the incident?
no.
Did you try to get videos of the incident?
I asked if there was videos. Like I told my lawyers to check if there was videos, but there's no cameras. I guess there was no cameras.
And when did you ask for that? What year?
I feel like when I got sued, I was like, when I got sued, I was like, oh, I know I didn't touch her. Like it's like look for the cameras because they'll tell you I ain't touch her.
When you went to the building of 8920 Wilshire Boulevard, and you saw Emani Ellis there on the 5th floor, was she wearing her uniform as a security guard?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
You remember it?
Again, you might want to just take a breath so your attorney can object.
Are you aware that my office is across the street?
No.
Okay. 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. You remember that number? You agree that that's the correct number? The address.
I remember that I went there, but I don't really remember the address and stuff like that. I don't.
Okay. If I show you the building with the number on it, would that help refresh your recollection?
Sure.
I don't have to really waste time if you don't want me to. When you were sitting here throughout the trial, you saw the 22
Yes.
pages I showed, correct?
Yes.
Was that the correct building?
Yes.
Oh, and you remember entering the building, going up some stairs, taking the lobby elevator, and going to the 5th floor, correct?
Yes.
And when you exited, you saw Emani Ellis right there in front of you.
Yes. No. When I exited the elevator,
Okay?
not the building, the elevator.
Correct. On the
Yes.
5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 3 elevators there?
I do not remember that.
At least two different elevator bays?
I don't remember that. I just remember me getting out the elevator. She was coming in. I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone, and she said, "Oh my God, yo, Cardi B's here." So I kind of speed walk, but I feel her behind me. Then I hear her talking like, "Oh my God, Cardi B is here." So I turned around, and she had her phone. She didn't have it here no more. Now she has it here. And I asked her, "Yo, why are you recording me?" And she clearly looked like the security. She looked like the security guard. She's uniformed down. And I'm like, "Why are you recording me? Are you security?" And she's like, "Oh, my bad." But then I'm walking, and I feel her still following me. So like as I'm walking, speed walking, trying to look for the office, I turn around again. I'm like, "Why are you following me?" She's like, "Cause I can." It's like, "No, you can't. Why are you following me for? Like, ain't you supposed to be security?" And she's like, "Cause I can." It's like, "No, you can't." And she's like getting closer and closer. Like now she's like in front of me where I can't even like really maneuver. And I'm like, "Ain't you supposed to be security? Like you grouped out. You're recording me. Now you following me." like back up. And she's like, I can do what I want. It's like, no, you can. Like, you can't do what you want. And that's when we started arguing.
What did you say?
I was like, you can't do what you want. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like you invading my privacy, and now we're like chest to chest practically. So I keep telling her like, you need to back up. And I'm thinking to myself like, this girl's big. She's big. She got big black boots on, and I'm like, damn. The hell am I gonna do now? She's literally right in my face, like on my chest, and we're arguing. And I keep telling her to back up, but she's not backing up. And we arguing, cursing at each other. I did call her the B word. I did call her a bitch. Like, bitch, get out of my face. I did say, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. You're in my face. You're screaming in my face. We were like literally screaming at each other. And she kept telling me like, you're gonna leave my building. I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like, how you harassing me? I'm not leaving. Like, you telling me, how you telling me to leave? I came to see a doctor. You following me. You're recording me. I'm just trying to check my cat. You're recording me. And we're arguing. That's when the receptionist came out. She started wilding out like, this bitch hit me. And I'm like, I did not hit her. I'm looking at her like, girl, I can't even hit you if I want to. You're bigger than me and you're pregnant. And she just started wilding out like, this bitch hit me. Then the doctor came out and he's like, go to my office. And after that, I just walk away. That's just that.
Are you aware in the city of Beverly Hills, if a security guard tells you to leave the building, which they are security of, you would be required to do that? Do you agree with that?
Objection, relevance.
A security not supposed to.
You don't need
Did Miss Emani Ellis tell you that you're causing a disturbance in the building?
No. She was causing a disturbance. She's recording me and following me.
Well, let's talk about that. Are people allowed to record you if they want to in a public place,
Objection.
which would be the building that you were at? Yes or
Objection.
no?
Objection calls for legal conclusion. Mischaracterizes. Sorry.
Do you know if it's okay for someone to videotape you?
Objection calls for legal conclusion.
Sustain.
When she videotaped you, or maybe she didn't, what proof do you have that she was videotaping you?
She had her phone went from here to right here. And she said, like, yo, Cardi B, like, I seen her. I turned around and I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes.
Did you ever see the actual video recording of you on her phone? Yes or no?
No.
Could it be possible that she wasn't recording you? She was simply holding her phone in front of you. Is that possible?
Objection.
Yes or no?
Calls for speculation.
Sustain.
What proof do you have that you were being recorded by Emani Ellis on February 24, 2018, aside from what you just heard?
Objection.
Do you have any other proof?
Objection has been answered.
Sustain.
Isn't it true that you usually wear your nails longer than what they are today?
Sometimes, most of the times, yes, and some of the times, no.
Most of the time, 90% of the time?
Lately, as in so far, I'll say about, in the past year, I'll say about 70.
70% of
Yes.
the time. And when you wear them long, would you agree that they're about 3 inches long?
No, not all the time, no.
2 inches or more?
So,
It really depends.
Why don't we focus? She said in the last year. I don't know how long she has her nails in the last year is relevant to anything.
And when you had them in 2018, you also wore them long at that time too, correct?
I wear them long, but it really depends on the inches.
How long were your nails on February 24, 2018 when you were at the building speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Emani Ellis?
They were 1 inch, they were squared, and they had flat rhinestones.
Are rhinestones sharp?
No, not if they're flat. And they weren't 3D, they were flat.
With the nails you have on right now, do you think that these nails are sharper or the ones that you had on the date of the incident?
I believe that they were not sharp that day. They were square. And sometimes, like, when it's acrylic and it's square, it's like a texture. And I always tell this to my nail tech, make sure that like you shape, like when you shape them, don't make them sharp on the side, or don't make them that sharp, because I don't want to.
You don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt nobody. I
Right.
just, you know what I'm saying?
And
Watch
in
my
the
back.
past, when you had them sharp, you did hurt yourself, correct?
I never really hurt myself, but like just in case, I just be like, don't make them too pointy because I just don't want them to be uncomfortable. Not pointy, but it's like a certain type of sharp that you just don't want.
And if you wanted to scratch or cut Miss Emani Ellis' face,
Hmm.
you could have done it with both of your hands, either one or both, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overall.
I'm not saying you did that right now. I'm asking you a different question. Did you understand my question?
I mean, how would I fight? How would I fight somebody? I am mostly left-handed, so if I was to like do anything mostly, I'll do it mostly with the left hand. I'm really like,
You're good at fighting with your left hand, aren't you?
Objection mischaracterizes the testimony.
Are you good at fighting with your left hand?
Objection lacks foundation.
Sustain.
Do you have any experience fighting with any like martial arts experience or other type of experience to defend yourself should something occur in your life?
Objection relevance.
Overall.
not really, no.
So any type of fighting that you would be able to do, it would just be freestyle from your own knowledge of fighting, correct?
Objection argumentative.
Sustain.
If you wanted to fight with someone, would you use your left hand, your right hand, or both?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustain. Why don't we move on?
When you enter a building, such as this building or any building, oftentimes you will see that there's a security guard or a police officer or a sheriff guarding the building, correct? You saw that today here in the courthouse, didn't you?
Yes.
Bless you. Oh, I guess it's not. And on the date of the incident, the security guard, police officer, or person securing that building, in your mind, when you saw Emani Ellis was in fact Emani Ellis. In your mind, when you got off the elevator, Emani Ellis was, in your mind, your state of mind was that she was a security guard, correct?
Objection.
I think she's answered.
Yes. Okay.
And was there any doubt in your mind that she was a security guard?
There was no doubt in my mind that she was a security guard. She had the security guard outfit on. That's why I was so confused that she was so aggressive and she's supposed to protect me, the patient.
Understand. If Emani Ellis had in fact told you to leave the building, would you have listened because she was a security guard?
Objection. This is complete hypothetical, irrelevant, lacks foundation.
Sustain.
Did Miss Emani Ellis tell you to leave the building at any point during your verbal or physical altercation on February 24th, 2018?
She told me, "You gonna leave my building. You gonna leave my building."
Okay. Are you aware that Emani Ellis was hired by the owner of that building and had the right to tell you to leave?
Objection calls for legal conclusion, lacks foundation.
Sustain.
When Emani Ellis told you to leave the building, did you follow her command?
Objection. Relevance, lacks foundation.
You can answer.
No, she wasn't acting like a security guard.
But she was a security guard.
Objection. These are
Do security guard
So,
try to
we're not
attack
gonna- we're not
patients?
gonna argue. The objection is sustained. We're not going to argue with each other.
Did you believe in your mind that Emani Ellis was a police officer?
No.
If you thought she was a police officer, would you have handled the situation the same way?
Objection, incomplete hypothetical.
Sustain. Let's just focus on what had happened.
Now, when Emani Ellis spoke with you, when you exited the elevator, she spoke with you directly outside the elevator, the area directly outside the elevators, correct?
I don't believe she got inside the elevator. I don't believe she did.
That's my question is, did whatever happened between the two of you, did it happen inside the elevator, at the point of entry, or outside the elevator?
Outside the elevator and down the hallway.
Fine. And when Miss Ellis was asked the same question, do you remember her saying that it happened outside of the elevator as well? Do you agree with her testimony?
It wasn't in front of the elevator anymore because I was walking and she was following me. So it wasn't in front of the elevator. It was outside the elevator because I already got off the elevator. I don't think she ever went inside the elevator because I felt her, as soon as I'm walking, I felt her walking right behind me. And then she said something. She said, "Oh my God, Cardi B." That's when I turned around. And she got the camera right here, like she recorded me. And I'm like, "Yo, why you recording me?" And she practically did admit that she recorded me because she said, "Oh, my bad." So.
And when she said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B," or whatever you just said right now, when she said that, Was that offensive to you?
It wasn't offensive. I just kept like power walking so I could like avoid more contact. But she just kept following me.
Okay. And isn't it true that sometimes when you're walking around, different people will say, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B,"
Yeah,
because they get excited.
yeah,
And you had experienced that many times before you had that experience with Emani Ellis, correct?
yes,
And the reason you didn't like it from her is because she was a security guard, and you felt it was unprofessional for her to say that to you. Is that true?
when she first said it, I didn't tell her nothing. I kept walking.
Why couldn't she say it? Why?
I never said she couldn't.
Okay, and she said it to you.
She said it to me, and I kept walking.
What if she was not a security guard, and she was just a random human, and said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B"? Would you have taken offense to that?
No, I-
Argumentative.
You can answer.
I didn't even feel offended when she first said it. I felt offended when she kept following me. She recorded me, and you're supposed to be a security. You're not supposed to be recording patients going to any doctor, any.
But again,
That's what offended me. When she first said, "Oh my God, it's Cardi B," I just kept power walking. I didn't say nothing. I said something the second time she said it, and I turned around and I saw that she was recording me. And I'm like, "Yo, why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?" And she said, "Oh my bad." Then she kept following me, and now I'm getting annoyed. Like, you're the security
Hold on,
guard
question,
of the
right?
building.
No question pending. No question.
All right, Council, I think that might be a good time to end because we've got some things that we need to deal with outside the presence of the jury.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to resume right back at 9:30 again. Thank you for your patience today and your attention. We will see you tomorrow at 9:30. In the meantime,